season. Ranked team against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. And the Gamecocks will kick it off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Auburn Tigers offense will start this game off with the football. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Takes a hit as he fires. The short hands. It's Urban. And he'll be smacked to the ground. Auburn to the line in a hurry. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Pulls it in and looking upfield. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. So South Carolina's offense will go to work for the first time today. And greeting them as a linebacking core in the business of disruption, tackling with aggression. Any suggestions on how to work around them?
Yeah, I think you pray. These linebackers are fast, they're physical, and my favorite part is they don't like people. Like, they are trying to make physical tackles, and it starts with them in this defense against the run, blitzing, against the pass. They're all over the field, Palmer.
Yeah, and I think for this offense, you want to be able to establish the run. I think the big key for them is going to be working the double teams in the zone game and getting into the second level. You have got to try and cover these linebackers up and get a hat on them. If you don't, they're going to run free, and they're going to destroy your game plan.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Just a short pass to the tight end. There he goes down the right side. Past the 20. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, South Carolina. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Quickly to the tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a chip. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. Now on second down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Back to pass on second down. Fires to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. And the Tigers want to move quickly. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
The Tigers will snap it on first and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
They'll move the tight end. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. After picking up a couple at second and 8. Out of the gun, the running back has it.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. All alone, he's got it. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. A lot of urgency for this offense.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Leaves it with the running back. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tigers come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Complete to the right. He makes the catch. He's knocked down immediately, but they'll have a goal-to-go situation from the 8. Finds his big tight end. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. Pushes for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And he puts through the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking for a man. It's Rivero. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll run it from the gun. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. So first down here as they go back to work. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the Oak. After the laundry marked the field, 1st and 5 for this offense. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll run the toss. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, they're trying to go toss to the field and get that running back out into space to use his speed, but the defense looked like they were already lined up expecting that play and would force a negative.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Gamecocks looking to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the pass is incomplete on 4th down, but hold on just a second. We've got to see what the flag's about. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Tigers headed quickly to the line.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage.
There he goes. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. A 1st down for the offense.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He wants to throw it again. He'll off one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. And it's no good. He missed it. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. He wants to change this route. Looking to pass. It's Rivero. The short hands. It's Rousseau. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Snap from the gun on third down. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Creates a little room. It's a fumble on the play. And he was able to get back on top of his own fumble. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Quickly out to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Quickly complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious. He is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. On the move. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on 1st down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. Zings it complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Under fire. Stands in and takes the hit. Snags it on the right. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
Who needs a 2-minute offense? When you're this explosive, this offense creates the big play, completely flips the field position right away, now in a position to go ahead and score points before the half.
Forced out of the pocket. They get him on the ground, didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. 2nd down coming up. Back to throw, time running short in the half. A strike downfield. You can break this down a lot of ways, but on that play, the quarterback just believed his guy was better than the defense.
Man, he was really right. And anytime you get pressed, man, where that corner on the outside is all the way up on the line of scrimmage, trying to get hands on that wide receiver. If I win right away, oh, man, you can make a big play on the outside, and he makes a big play for his quarterback.
He's looking to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. Touchdown, Auburn! Made the to the air. It's Rivero. Got his man quickly. stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. The Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds his man down the middle. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Using the quick game. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. And now on second down for this offense. Off the play fake. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Looking down the middle. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. And the Gamecocks will punt it away on fourth down. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there on the plays.
Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. He'll bring it out. It's Rousseau. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They'll start the third quarter with the run. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Gamecocks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Using his legs, it's Hayward. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain?
Turning it on. They get him out of bounds. Couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
Trying to move them on the counter. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
It's complete on the right side. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Makes a man miss. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
This crowd knows when to bring it. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
And this is an offense that really relies on its running game on that second down call, giving it to the back, letting him find a way to go get it first.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Go straight ahead. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Touchdown, Gamecocks! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So here comes the Auburn offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Off the play fake on first down. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Pope. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play. My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and come.
Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
It's complete. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
The little soft flip pass falls incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Final play of the quarter coming. Back to pass, it's Rivero. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time. Blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Fires to the tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down.
Timeout, South Carolina.
Huge play here late, and this crowd is coming to help the defense. On 4th down, looking to pass. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are...
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there to get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
And it's right down the boulevard. That brings them to within 1.
And this offense obviously wanted to take the lead, but they chip into the lead a little bit. Now they're going to need their defense. Just give me another opportunity. They only need a field goal in the 4th quarter. Nice job cutting into that lead.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right foot. Nice job.
Might be changing the route. Dropping back, it's Rivero. Makes the grab. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. Leaving the punt team on the sideline, they'll go for it 4th and short from the 45. Quarterback keeps it. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
Great individual effort on the pass rush there by the defender, and I'll tell you what, good thing he got home because the offense was trying to be aggressive. They dialed up 4.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Bring in the heat. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Tigers. And they moved out front here in the 4th.
Yeah, and a nice job in the 4th quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
Sweet grab in the end zone for the 2. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw, it's Rivero. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Back to pass. That's caught. It's Rousseau. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And this offense, they got another positive game, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get 1st downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the right. Complete on the comeback. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position.
A shot toward the end zone. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's second down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the...
Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, got the